Good evening, everybody, and welcome from Rodgers Recreation Center in beautiful and historic Newport, Rhode Island. It is the home opener of the men's basketball season here at Rodgers Rec. Alongside me this evening, I'm Sal Gualtieri. We have fellow senior Brett Wilkes. And Brett, how are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good here, Sal. Ready for some basketball. It's the first home game for the Seahawks this season, looking to bounce back from a tough loss on opening night to Suffolk. And we'll see if they can get their first win of the season on the board.
Yeah, the Seahawks currently riding a 3-game skid dating back to last season, as they lost their last 2 games to Gordon, and the latter of those 2 games came in the CCC quarterfinals. But tonight they'll be taking on the Bears of the Coast Guard Academy. The Bears defeated Roger Williams in their 2018 season opener. And the Seahawks will see a lot of Roger Williams this year as they share the CCC. And it looks like the teams are getting ready.
And it's going to be John Freiberg to take the tip for the Seahawks, and Justin Kane for the Bears.
And it's controlled by the Bears.
And we can expect this to be a really physical game from Coast Guard. They have a reputation for being a very physical team. So look for there to be a lot of physicality, especially down low and getting rebounds and everything like that between the two teams.
And right away there's a foul on Andrew Richards. He's a freshman.
Seahawks are starting the game without a junior or senior on the floor. I think there are 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor right now, and it looks as though we have an issue with the clock.
You said it, Brett. Sean Foster, head coach in his 17th season, starting 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen. That was the case in their season opener a few days ago in Suffolk. Well, Coast Guard in 2019 will take on the Armed Forces Classic in Anchorage, Alaska. They'll be playing the University of Anchorage, Alaska in November of next year, and at that tournament will be the University of Baylor and the University of Washington. So cool for the University of Coast Guard to be recognized as Luke Daniels has the ball.
Do you know if that's going to be a tournament style? Like, will Coast Guard be able to play Baylor too or stuff like that, or just one game?
I think it's just a doubleheader. They'll just do the 2 games and spend some time at the University of Anchorage, Alaska.
That's a great opportunity, as there's another foul here committed by the Seahawks on the Bears. And that's a great opportunity for the kids on this team. Not many kids get to travel that far and go to Alaska and play basketball nonetheless.
The 3 seniors on this Coast Guard club will miss out, but for the rest of the team here, it'll be an awesome experience, like you said. And there seems to be another problem here with the clock. Just 20 seconds gone by here in this contest.
So they correct the clock and put it back to 1940.
And Noah Valdez will look to throw it in. He's having trouble, and he finds Justin Kane. Kane gives it to Witowski at the top of the key. He drives. He pulls up for a jump shot. It's good.
And that was a good dribble move pull up by Wachowski right there. Created some separation, was able to rise up for the easy jumper.
And here's Richards. Richards finds Cameron Collins. Here's Kevin Kelly. Kelly's a sophomore at the foul line.
Kev coming off a strong freshman year, too. I believe he was 3rd in scoring for the Seahawks last year, as he earns a foul and takes a trip to the line.
Seahawks in their home whites, and the Bears in their road blues with the secondary color of orange, and the Seahawks in their traditional orange and blue. Green and blue, excuse me. First free throw from Kelly. And it goes off the back iron. And we'll have a quick substitution. Valdez will be replaced by Giannis Gordon. He's a sophomore from Atkins, Texas. And there's a lot of optimism around this Coast Guard club. They bring back all 5 starters from last season. It was their first time in 10 years that they won more than 10 games in a season, going 11-14. And the second free throw is no good, and it's rebounded by Kane. Kane finds Gordon. Gordon looking to drive. He leaves it for Kane at the top of the key. He's guarded by Collins. Kane finds Witowski. Witowski from the foul line. It's up, and it's good. 4 quick points for Packy Witowski.
And again, Witowski doing a very good job right there of creating some space and getting a jumper to go.
Here's Mikey Spencer for 3. It's good. Mikey Spencer, we talked before the broadcast, his potential to break out and have a big-time season. And his first shot of his first game in Rodgers Rec is good.
And a good job right there of him not to hesitate at all and just go straight up with the ball. If he hesitated, the defender would have gotten there and been able to kind of cover that three-point shot right there.
As Nolan Benson, gets fouled with the hoop and the harm. And it'll be 2 free throws for the senior from Lexington, North Carolina.
And there's going to be a substitution. Freiburg will come out of the game. And in the game is Max Sparkman.
Sparkman, a freshman from Lexington, Kentucky. And here's Benson trying to complete the 3-point play. And he'll do so. So a quick 4-point lead for the Bears. Here's Andrew Richards bringing it up. He gives it to Kevin Kelly. Kelly surveying his options, finds Cameron Collins.
And we have a former Salve alum watching today's game all the way out in Ireland. And Ali Esalonis is watching the game and showing her support for the Seahawks after she played 4 years herself here for the women's basketball team.
As Max Sparkman is called quickly for the foul. It'll be Giannis Gordon bringing it up the floor now. 2 minutes gone by. Looks like there's a foul off the ball.
And the Seahawks, within the first 2 minutes, already have committed 4 fouls. They need to clean that up because soon they'll be in the bonus and the double bonus, and that's just going to give away free points. And against a team as physical as Coast Guard, you got to try and match their physicality but also stay at bay and not offer fouls and give them opportunities to get to the line.
Down low for Benson. His shot is off the mark, and it's rebounded by Andrew Richards. Richards looking to run the floor. Richards getting past midcourt. Finding Kevin Kelly, goes up for the layup. It's no good. It's rebounded by the Bears. It's controlled now by Witowski. His shot from 3. It's good.
And Witowski is just scorching hot right now. He has 7 of the Bears' 10 points.
And the other 3 points, of course, from the 3-point play from Nolan Benson.
I believe Witowski's also 3 for 3 from the field, including that three-pointer. So, scorching start for him right now.
Here's Andrew Richards now from the foul line, looking to get into the paint. And he does, and it's off the mark, rebounded by Justin Kane. He finds Gordon. Gordon looking to run the floor to Witowski. Kane for 3, off the backboard and no good.
Witowski made a good decision there. Looked like he was going to go up with that three-pointer and then quickly opted and found the open man.
Kelly looking for Mikey Spencer, and he's called for a travel.
Just took one extra step there, and when you're going to do that, they'll see it. Not like the NBA where you can get away with taking a few extra steps.
Definitely not tonight. Go down by Witowski. Down low to Benson. Benson trying to back down a defender. Finds Gordon. Witowski in the corner. Guarded by Cam Collins. Witowski driving. His fadeaway J. It's good. Another bucket for Witowski. Here's Cameron Collins. He finds Mikey Spencer. Spencer going down low to Max Sparkman, and it's an offensive foul on the Seahawks. Another foul charged against Salve. It looks like Thor Brochu will check in. Chris Peasley, excuse me there.
And Mike Palmieri will check in as well for Kev Kelly.
So it'll be Giannis Gordon bringing the ball up.
And it looks to be a stoppage for something. I'm not sure exactly what. There was a whistle on the far end of the floor, and they're going to throw it in again.
It'll be Justin Kane to inbound. He gives it to Gordon. Gordon bring it up the court. He's met by Mike Palmieri. He finds Luke Daniels. Daniels looking for Witowski. It goes off his hands, and it's tried to be saved by Gordon, but he can't do so, and it'll be a turnover, the first of the night.
It looked like Witowski there just took his eyes off the ball for a second before he caught it and just missed it, and they couldn't recover in time. It's also going to be interesting as this first half goes on what adjustments the Seahawks make on the offensive side. They've been trying to get inside and into the paint as Chris Peasley has the left hook for the score right there.
Peasley's you first, Brett.
Oh, and Peasley gets a block there on the defensive end. But it just seems as though the Seahawks have been trying to get inside with the ball, and Coast Guard has done a very good job of being physical and staying with their man and not allowing them to get any easy shots in the paint.
And it's another turnover for the Seahawks. It was on Mikey Spencer, and he'll exit.
I believe the turnover was he wasn't out of bounds properly when he went to inbounds the ball. So he probably had 1 foot inbounds as he threw it in, and that's going to result in a turnover.
As that inbounds pass goes off of Peasley, and it'll be another inbounds play. It'll be Noah Valdez who re-entered the game. 4.5 gone by here.
14-5 is the score.
It's been all Bears thus far. It's been all Packy Witowski. Witowski has the top of the key, drives, he steps back, and he hits again.
And I think that makes him 4 for 4 now from the field. He's off to such a hot start, and the Seahawks need to do something to try and contain him if they want to get back in this so far.
He's one of the 5 starters that returned from last season. Here's a 3 from Palmieri. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Justin Kane. Brought out to Valdez, and Valdez will get the full head of his team up the court. And he goes himself, and he misses. Rebounded by Cam Collins.
Good job there by Cam holding on to the ball. He had 2 Bears right around him and was able to corral that rebound.
And here's Richards driving, kicking, but it looks like Richards stepped on the line, and it will be another turnover for the Seahawks.
And that's upsetting there. Richards did a good job there of penetrating the defense and finding the open man out on the perimeter, and it led to an open 3 that would have gone in had he not stepped out of bounds.
And Palmieri was waiting for it. It'll be Valdez to bring the ball up the court.
Richards doing a good job putting some pressure on him.
And it's stolen by the Seahawks.
Good steal there by Kev Mannix on Witowski, trying to make him feel a little less comfortable.
Here's Andrew Richards now. Here's Mannix.
Mannix, one of the 2 seniors on the team, him and Tyler Benjamin.
Here's Cam Collins underneath. He shoots and scores.
Good job there by Cam Collins.
Here's Noah Valdez now bringing the ball up. He finds Justin Kane, the lone captain of this squad. Here's Witowski again. He finds Garrett Drummond. Kane for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Richards.
Let's see them kind of push the floor here and see if they can find somebody open on the perimeter.
Richards finds Mannix. Mannix down low to Peasley. Peasley going up and under. He can't hit it. Rebounded by Peasley, and it comes away. It's Valdez now. Valdez getting across half court. He drives, but he steps back. And he's wide open, so he takes a 3, and he hits.
And they're counting that as a 2. His foot was on the line. And the Seahawks right there, they had a 3-on-2 advantage on the defensive side of things, and they just let that situation slip through their hands as there will be a timeout called. And we'll take a quick timeout as well and be right back. Welcome back. There's 13:28 in the first half, and the score is, I believe, 18-7, with the Bears out in front of the Seahawks.
First timeout taken by Sean Foster. Will be inbounded by Kevin Kelly. Kelly finds Richards, and Richards will reset. He crosses half court. He's met by Drummond. Here's Kelly. He's being met by Valdez. Here's a screen. He looks to drive. He steps back.
Steve Natala to drive it and bring it inside, and he draws the foul. Good job there by Natala just to penetrate and draw 2 defenders to him and to get to the line.
Natala, another underclassman. He's a sophomore from Exeter, New Hampshire.
Natala is also a very good shooter as well. Last year hitting a number of big threes for the Seahawks.
His first free throw was good. 16-8 now.
As Coast Guard will make a switch.
It'll be Jason Frazier checking in for Garrett Drummond. And Natala's free throw, his second one, is off the mark. It's short, rebounded by Valdez. And Valdez will take it himself past half court.
And Valdez has done a good job of pushing the pace here for the Bears and making sure that the offense has flowed, which getting out to this early lead, they have had no trouble shooting the ball.
And he picks up an assist there to Nolan Benson. Nolan Benson with 5 quick points. Here's Andrew Richards driving to the basket. The shot's no good. Rebounded by Peasley. There's a scrum in the middle, and it's a tie-up.
It's a jump ball, and I think it's going to stay with the Seahawks, and it does. Good job there by Peasley, not to give up and keep fighting there for the offensive rebound, and it earns the Seahawks another possession.
And now the possession arrow will switch over to Coast Guard. An inbounds play here for the Seahawks under the basket.
Richards inbounds to Natala.
Here's Natala now to Peasley, and it's no good.
And they're saying Valdez stepped out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Seahawks. I found it interesting there that Valdez didn't let the ball just go out because Peasley was last to touch the ball.
Yeah, he's pleading his case with the referee, but the ref will have none of it. And the Seahawks will inbound from underneath the hoop again.
Richards gives it to Peasley this time, who gives it to Kev Kelly. Oh, and there's a mix-up in communication there, and there's a steal by Wachowski. Wachowski takes it over, gets blocked by Kev Kelly, and it will stay with the Bears.
Great backtracking defense from the Seahawks there.
That was a good job by Kev Kelly to get there in transition and make sure that an easy basket wasn't allowed.
And Andrew Bronstein, the junior from Needham, Mass, checks in. Here's the inbounds play. It goes to Wachowski. Wachowski driving to the basket, drawing contact, and it's a foul. And
Not
Wachowski.
sure if the foul is going to be on Peasley or Natala there.
But Wachowski will go back to the line. He's had much success at the start of this game, starting 4 for 4 from the field.
And that is the Seahawks' 6th foul, and we haven't even gotten 8 minutes through the first half here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as the Bears get closer and closer to being into the bonus. Again, they're a very physical team and can draw a lot of fouls because it's hard to match their physicality but also stay disciplined on defense.
And Wachowski's first miss of the line. Knight comes at the line. 21-8 Coast Guard here as Bronstein trying to set his offense in motion. Gives it to Natala, who takes a 3 from the top of the key. Goes off the backboard and in. From the little shrug he gave there, it didn't look like he called bank, but he'll take it, and the Seahawks cut the lead to 10. Here's Wachowski from 3. He matches it.
Wachowski saying, anything you can do, I can do better. And he hits a 3 of his own and gets the 3 points right back.
And here's Bronstein. He gives it to Mannix. Mannix to Kevin Kelly. Back to Bronstein. Bronstein, Kev Kelly. And Kelly stripped by Gordon. And there's a tie-up, but it will belong to the Bears.
And if the Seahawks want to get back into this game, they need to start limiting their fouls, and they also need to put Wachowski in check. Wachowski has hit almost every single shot he's taken, and he just needs to be, they need to do something different with him to try and contain him. Although it appears as though he's no longer in the game at the moment.
Here's Gordon now. He finds Nolan Benson. Benson in the paint. He gets blocked.
Good job there keeping the hands up. And here's Kev Kelly in transition. Thought he earned a foul, but it will stay Seahawks ball. As Mikey Spencer looks to check in for Steve Natala.
And Spencer will take the inbounds play.
Inbounds it to Mannix.
Here's Bronstein now. Mannix. Mikey Spencer. Spencer driving. And he's blocked, but it's a foul. And Spencer will go to the line. Seahawks down 13 early, almost halfway through this first half.
And with how physical the Bears have been down low in the paint, whenever the Seahawks try to take it down there, it's surprising that they only have 3 fouls, but it just shows how well disciplined they are while maintaining a physical presence.
And here's Spencer's first free throws of the night. And his first one's good.
As Cam Collins and John Freiberg check in for Chris Peasley and Kevin Mannix. Mannix doing a good job on defense for the time that he was in.
It looks like Witowski's getting ready to check back in. And 2 for 2 from the line is Spencer.
And I believe a timeout was called by the Bears. And we will take a short timeout as well. Left here in the first half with the Seahawks trailing the Bears 24-13. As Wachowski gets an offensive rebound.
Control now by Frazier, and he's called for the travel. And another turnover for the Bears.
I thought for a second that another foul was called for the Seahawks, and I believe that would have put the Bears into the bonus.
Not even halfway through this first half. Cam Collins looking for options on the inbound. He gives it to Mikey Spencer, and Spencer dribbles it up the court. Spencer now met by Witowski. Spencer driving, and he's fouled, and he will go back to the line.
And Spencer, since he came back in, doing a good job being aggressive on the outside wing area of the court and driving towards the basket and drawing fouls.
Spencer with 5 points so far. And his third free throw of the night is off the mark. He sits at 2 for 3. And he'll look to make it 3 for 4.
Spencer, as he drives his way inside, is just so strong physically, able to match up with the strength of Wachowski, who has been the primary defender on him so far and has caused Wachowski to commit a few fouls.
And Freiberg there getting a turnover for the Seahawks, and it'll be their ball. 2 straight turnovers for the Bears.
And Valdez is going to check back in for Jonas Gordon.
So here's Bronstein now bringing the ball up. Finds Kevin Kelly, who finds Spencer at the top of the key. Spencer met by Wachowski. He finds Kevin Kelly. Kelly looking to drive. Kelly's layup up and under is good.
A good acrobatic finish there from Kelly.
And the Seahawks cut the lead to 9 now. Wachowski to Benson down low. Benson backing down. His left-handed hook is up and good. (26-13) now. 15, excuse me. Bronstein to Mikey Spencer. Spencer to Bronstein. Bronstein in front of the scorer's table as Richards looks to check back in. Bronstein down low. He finds Freiberg, who scores.
Those are Freiberg's first points of the night. And his first field goal attempt, too. As they trap Jason Frazier in a corner right there and almost cause a turnover.
Seahawks trying to get the Bears to commit another one. Here's Valdez now. He finds Wachowski. Wachowski met by Kevin Kelly. He gives it back to Valdez.
And Wachowski and Benson for the Bears are a combined 9 for 11 from the field.
Wachowski to Benson to Valdez. Valdez looking to drive. He finds Frazier, who takes a three, and it's good.
And that was a deep three there. He was about 5 feet back from the three-point line. And no hesitation, pulled right up and sunk a three.
There's Andrew Richards now. Screen for Freiberg. Finds Spencer. Spencer's three this time. It's no good. It's a foul on the back of Cam Collins, and we're going the other way with 8:28 remaining here in the first half.
That is Cam Collins' first foul.
Here's Valdez now. He gives it to Tyler Perez. Back to Valdez. Back to Tyler Perez. Perez gets by Spencer. Valdez. Here's Frazier for the three in the corner. It's good.
And now Frazier's getting hot from deep, hitting the past 2 threes for the Bears. And it's 32-17 with 8 minutes left here in the first half.
And the Bears pushing that lead back up to double digits. The Seahawks had cut it to 9. There's Freiberg, and he lets it go out of bounds. Another turnover for the Seahawks.
And Max Sparkman is going to check back in for John Freiberg. And this is going to be interesting because Sparkman has 2 fouls already. So he will have to be careful not to commit another one. Otherwise, he will be in foul trouble for the rest of the game.
Here's Wachowski now. He's at half court. He finds Valdez. Valdez calling out plays. Met by Kevin Kelly. Here's a three now. Tyler Perez for three's no good. Rebounded by Wachowski.
Wachowski's just everywhere, it seems like.
And that's 3 straight threes for Frazier.
And Frazier, just like that, is on fire to go along with Wachowski and Benson. And the Seahawks will take a timeout. And we'll stay with you for a little bit. And Sal, it's going to be tough for the Seahawks, I think, offensively this year for a little bit. They lost their leading scorer and a 1,000-point scorer, from that matter, in Rodney Morton. He averaged close to 20 points a game last year, and it's going to be tough to find who will be that main offensive option for them.
Well, you said it, Brett. And we talked about Sean Foster starting 5 underclassmen, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. We haven't seen any of the seniors so far. Actually, we've seen Kevin Mannix so far, but we haven't seen Tyler Benjamin. And I wonder the reason for that is.
You know, could be a number of different reasons. Maybe coach just doesn't like the matchup that he sees right now for Tyler. And it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments they make because they need to get back into this, trailing 35-17, or 34-17, sorry. And when they can get back into this, or if they can, they're going to need to start trying to chip away.
And I think on the defensive end of the floor, it starts with guarding the three-point line. Jason Frazier and Packy Witowski have lit them up. They have close to 20 points combined.
Yeah, and they're shooting 50% from three. They're 4 of 8. Bukowski's 2 for 2. No, sorry, correct that. They're 5 for 9. Frazier is 3 for 5, and Justin Kane is 0 for 2, but hitting a lot of shots from behind the arc and a lot of open shots for that matter too.
And this was the story in the Seahawks loss to Suffolk. 18 of 32 from beyond the arc, 52%. Here's Spencer back under, he scores.
Spencer doing a good job right there, trailing and getting the offensive rebound. And here comes Wachowski the other way, and it's blocked by Max Sparkman.
And it'll stay with the Bears, but Sparkman playing safe with those 2 fouls, getting his first block of the night there, and Valdez will inbound it from underneath the hoop.
It was a good job of help defense there from Sparkman. He saw that his primary defender, I think it was Spencer, was beat, and he gets another block right here on Benson and just stayed tall there.
And Andrew Richards is called for the carry, and we're going the other way. Another turnover for the Seahawks. 6:55 remaining here in the first half. In the first home game of this 2018-19 season for the Seahawks.
And Sal, going back to all underclassmen starting for the Seahawks. 3 of them are completely new to the program. John Freiberg is a transfer from Mount Ida, and the 2 freshmen. So the only ones who have played here for a year are Cam Collins and Kev Kelly.
Half the team, 8 newcomers this season for Sean Foster's club. Here's Cam Collins. He finds Sparkman. Sparkman trying to get by Mikey Spencer now to Cam Collins at the top of the key. He goes down low to Sparkman, whose layup is good.
And that was a good job by Sparkman to get inside position there on Benson and just lay it home.
Here's Valdez now, met by Richards.
6 minutes to go here in the first half. It is 37-21.
Witowski's first shot is missed. First missed shot, by the way, that is. Here's Andrew Richards. Cam Collins underneath. Collins' shot is short, rebounded by Perez. And here's Noah Valdez now bringing the ball up to court. Valdez met by Richards. Valdez spins, lays it off for Benson, who lays it in. A nice play there for Valdez.
Just great court vision by Valdez. He did the spin, didn't know where his other men were. He drew the other defender and found the open guy.
Here's Andrew Richards now. 39-21. Here's Cam Collins getting inside the paint. Collins' shot is short, rebounded by Perez. And it goes to Valdez again. Valdez running up the court, getting a full steam of. And he Euro steps and misses. And here's Witowski for 3 again. And he hits.
And Wachowski staying hot and being the primary focus right now with the hot hand on offense for the Bears.
Packy Witowski, another 3. And it's 42-21 with just under 5 remaining in this first half. Here's Richards. Richards looking for options as Bronstein looks to check back in. Richards for 3 at the top of the key, and he airballs it, and it will go out of play.
And checking in is Kevin Mannix, Andrew Bronstein, and Chris Peasley for Cam Collins, Andrew Richards, and Mike Palmieri. So get some fresh legs out there for the Seahawks.
And Packy Witowski and Tyler Perez exit as well. But Valdez is still in the game, and he brings the ball up the court. There's Valdez now. Valdez trying to get by Spencer. He can't.
And Valdez, since he's come back in, has done a great job of penetrating through the Seahawk defense and just creating a lot of open looks for his teammates.
And there's a tie-up, and it will belong to the Seahawks as the possession arrow was favoring them. It'll switch back over. And here's Andrew Bronstein bringing the ball up the court now.
And one thing that has killed the Seahawks so far in this first half has just been too many empty possessions. They're being outshot by Coast Guard by over 10 shots. They've shot only 19 shots on the night, and Coast Guard already has 30. As there's another tie-up, and it's going to be another empty possession as it will go back over to the Bears.
4:02 remaining in this first half. Kevin Kelly checks back in for Kevin Mannix.
And not only are they being outshot, they are also just not converting on enough of their opportunities. Coast Guard is 17 for 30 from the field, shooting at a 56% clip. And the Seahawks are 8 for 19, shooting at a 42% clip. So kind of tough to stay in the game when you're not getting many shots off and you're just not having as good of a shooting night as your opponent.
And a lot of fouls have been against the Seahawks. The Bears are in the bonus, as you said earlier. And here's Valdez now. Valdez calling out plays. Valdez finds Luke Daniels, who just checked back in. Daniels trying to get by. He finds Justin Kane. Kane getting into the paint. He finds Valdez. Valdez driving. And Valdez is called for the travel.
And Valdez not happy with that call, but he's done a very good job for Coast Guard as a facilitator. Already has 4 assists. And he's done a good job of penetrating, finding the open man down low when the defender comes to help out for the Seahawks.
And Deonis scored it and checks back in for the Bears.
3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. 42-21 is the score.
Here's Spencer now. He drives, and he's called for the charge. Another foul against the Seahawks.
And a missed call right there by the referee, giving the ball over to Coast Guard. Spencer tried making the pass over to Chris Peasley, and it went off the elbow of one of the Bears defenders.
And here's Gordon now. He finds Justin Kane. Kane driving. Trying to find Aaron Anthony. He can. It's stolen by Kevin Kelly.
And good active hands by Kev Kelly as he draws a foul, but they're not going to have it in the act of shooting. I believe they're going to take it out from under the basket.
And Kevin Mannix will check back in.
For Max Sparkman. And Kev Kelly looks like he's going to be the one to inbound the ball. If my hunch is correct, it's going to be inbounded to Kevin Mannix.
And it is. Here's Mannix. Finds Bronstein to Mikey Spencer, who's backing down Justin Kane. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Mannix, however. And Mannix resets it for Kevin Kelly. Kelly pump fakes, drives, steps back. His shot's short. Rebounded by Mikey Spencer. And Spencer's called for a charge. And missed opportunities, Brett. We were just talking about him. That's another one. Multiple chances at a basket there. Getting 2 offensive rebounds, but then being called for the charge.
And again, just tough interior defense from the Bears, making it very hard for them to get an open look from anywhere on the floor for that matter, but particularly inside. There's always a hand in the face.
Here's Justin Kane for 3. And Kane is fouled, and he'll be shooting 3 at the line.
Yeah, Chris Peasley closed out a little too hard there on Kane and caused him to fall down, and that is a foul. So it'll be 3 shots for Kane and Coast Guard.
Another foul against the Seahawks.
I believe the rule is the same as the NBA. They need to allow the shooter to have space to land and land safely. Otherwise, it is a foul. They do that in order to protect the shooter, obviously.
It was a 1-and-1 that time, and Kane hits the first.
Well, it must have been it must have not been a shooting foul then, since it seems as though they're in the bonus.
JT Mullins checks in, and so does Thor Bruchow. And the second shot is good for Justin Kane.
So I guess that wasn't a shooting foul. I don't know why that is, because it was Kane who shot the ball, and it was him who shot the free throw, so.
Maybe because they are in the bonus.
I don't think that would really play a factor, Sal. I think bonus only helps out for when there are team fouls, like reach-in fouls, stuff like that. Shooting fouls, I think, stay the same.
As the Seahawks connect on a 3, they're down by 20 here with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Luke Daniels driving, kicking it to Giannis Gordon, and he was on the line, out of bounds.
So 2 minutes left here in the first half. 44-24 is the score. As Sean Graytalk gets ready to check in for the Bears.
Bronstein finds Maddox. Bronstein being met by Jonas Gordon. Finds Mikey Spencer. Down low to JT Mullins. Mullins finds Bronstein. Bronstein lays it off. Here's a three now. And it's not even close, and it's rebounded by Aaron Anthony. And Luke Daniels will push the floor. Here's Luke Daniels now, getting into the paint. He lays it up. It's no good. Rebounded by Mullins. And here's Bronstein now looking to get a full head of steam. He finds Kevin Mannix. Mannix goes right to the basket and lays it up.
Miscommunication there from the Bears, leading to the easy layup.
Here's Jonas Gordon now. He finds Justin Kane. Here's Kane, met by Mannix. And that will go off the foot of Kane. As a good job there by Bouchau.
Seahawks trying to get some momentum going into the break here and end this half strongly and start the other half strong.
They trail by 18 with 1:07 remaining in the first half.
I'm sure they would love to cut that lead down to 15, maybe 12 if everything goes right, and head into the break with nothing insurmountable to overcome.
Here's Mullins. Finds Bouchau. Mullins at the top of the key, back to Bouchau. Goes off the screen and he lays it up. It's no good. Rebounded by Benson. He finds Luke Daniels, and Daniels sprinting up the court, but he halts his sprints. And Witowski and Benson and Valdez will check back in, and there's a timeout on the floor taken by Coast Guard with 34 seconds remaining in the first half.
I believe this is just a quick 30-second timeout. I don't see a reason for there to be any long timeouts to be taken right now at the end of the half when they're up by 18.
The head coach Kevin Jaskowicz just wanted to get Valdez and Witowski back on the floor for the last possession or two.
And the Seahawks will head into the break with some adjustments that they'll need to make. They need to find more consistency on the offensive end, and also they need to really hunker down and defend the three better, as they've allowed over 50% of three-pointers to be made.
And there is Witowski. He's been the story so far in the first half.
Yeah, he has 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting from the field. He's 3 of 4 from 3. He also has 4 rebounds and 2 assists, so he's doing a little bit of everything for the Bears. And 2 of those rebounds are offensive, too, so leading to extra opportunities for his team to score.
Valdez gives it to Luke Daniels, who's met by Bronstein. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's Daniels now driving. Looking for Graytalk. And the pass goes into the Seahawk bench. But the refs...
And they are going to change the call and say that the pass was deflected. I didn't see anybody on the Seahawks touch that pass there, did you?
I think, if anything, it went off of the fingertips of Graytalk when he was trying to retrieve the ball. But it will be Luke Daniels to take the ball in from the Seahawk bench.
And now they're going to help put the correct amount of time back onto the shot clock, as there was originally thought to be a change of possession. So they're going to correct that real quick. And again, if it wasn't for the outside shooting of the Bears, there wouldn't be this big of a lead. They only have 10 points in the paint, getting outscored in the paint by the Seahawks. The Seahawks have 14 points in the paint. It's just a story of being able to defend the outside shot.
And that will be an issue. It has been so far in the first game of the half. A game and a half for the Seahawks. Luke Daniels now taking it. He finds Valdez. 20 seconds remaining. Valdez looking to drive. And it's stolen by Bronstein. Here's Bronstein now. He finds Mikey Spencer, who flushes it home.
A good job there by Bronstein, being active on the defensive end, getting the steal, and then finding the open guy for the easy 2 points.
Here's Valdez now driving. 2 seconds. 1. His shot is up. And it's no good. And that will conclude the first half from Rodgers Recreational Center. Nice little spark for the Seahawks to end the first half. They still trail, however, by 16, 44-28. And Brett, we talked about what the Seahawks have to do to get back into this game, but what are some takeaways you have from the first half?
Takeaways, the Bears can shoot threes, and if they're open, they're going to knock them down. They haven't been as aggressive in the paint as I thought they would have been. They're a very physical team, more so on the defensive end, especially in the paint. But on the offensive end, they've been letting their three-point shooters take care of it. And if the Seahawks want to get back into that, they need to find more consistency on the offensive end and defend the three. And also another thing that's just interesting, they're shooting under 40% from the free throw line as well. So they'll also have to convert more on their free throws, especially since they have 3 more free throws They have 3 more free throws than the Bears do.
We'll take a short break, and we'll be back in 15 minutes for the call of the second half. And welcome back from Rodgers Recreation Center. I'm Sal Gualtieri alongside Brett Wilkes. And Brett, we talked about the takeaways from the first half. And what do you look for the Seahawks to do to adjust in this second half?
Well, they need to establish more of a flow on the offensive end. Just haven't looked consistent enough there. And just need to defend the three-point shot. Everything outside the paint is coming too easily for the Bears. So if they're able to defend that, then they could start getting back into this game. And Kev Kelly is going to inbound the ball for the Seahawks at half court.
Then here's Kelly now.
And the second half is underway.
Kelly finds Richards, who finds Cam Collins. Collins back to Richards. Freiberg trying to get the ball. Here's Mikey Spencer. Spencer to Freiberg. Freiberg shot is good.
And a good job there by Freiberg. Made it seem like he was going the other way and then went and spun back the other way with his left hand and put it in.
Here's Valdez to Witowski, the star of the first half. Witowski's three, picking up right where he left off. Another three for Witowski.
And that's 19 points for Witowski now. 19 of the 47 points he has accounted for. And right from the start, he has been the main focal point on offense.
Here's Spencer trying to get by Witowski. He does. He goes to the basket. It's blocked. Cam Collins saves it. And he flings it back. Valdez does a good job of keeping it in, and it will belong to...
I believe they called a foul there. Yeah, they call a foul. A push on Kev Kelly, and it will be the Bears' ball. Spencer has been very aggressive on the offensive end for the Seahawks, doing a good job getting inside and trying to establish position. And if he becomes more consistent with hitting those shots, it will start to open the floor up for more perimeter shots for the Seahawks.
Here's Valdez driving, kicking it out to Luke Daniels. Here's Justin Kane. Witowski. Valdez in the corner, in front of his own bench.
A little bit of a mismatch there for Collins, covering Valdez.
Switches on to Freiberg. It doesn't matter. Valdez lays it in for two.
And good recognition there by Valdez, realizing that he had the mismatch with two forwards covering him and just being able to work his way around them as he picks up the steal right here, taking it away from Kev Kelly.
And Witowski now moving up past half court. He's driving. Witowski stops, finds Justin Kane. Kane lays it off for Witowski. Witowski met by Cam Collins. Here's Benson. Resets it for Luke Daniels. Daniels down low to Benson. Benson's left-handed hook is up and good. over the head of Cam Collins, and a 21-point lead again for the Bears.
And while Wachowski has been the primary force on the outside for the Bears, Benson has been the force on the inside, going 6 of 8 on shooting as Richards gets called for a travel, and another turnover for the Seahawks.
Both teams picking up right where they left off to start this game. It'll be Justin Kane, the lone captain. He's a junior from Arnold, Maryland. He gives it to Noah Valdez, another junior.
And Benson and Wachowski have been the offensive stars so far for the Bears. They are 12 for 17 from the field combined.
Luke Daniels' hook shots off the mark, rebounded by Cam Collins. And he gives it to Andrew Richards. Richards met by Luke Daniels. Here's Cam Collins driving to the basket, steps in, goes in.
And if Freiberg, Spencer, and Collins can all get inside and work their way in the paint, they're all so strong. It will open up so many more options offensively for the Seahawks.
Here's Kane, gives it to Benson. Benson's left-handed shot's no good, rebounded by Collins. There's a foul against Collins.
And Collins also another sophomore in the starting 5, and the only other one returning from last year, coming off a strong freshman season.
Here's Benson down low, he scores. Continuing to pad their lead again at 21 for the Bears. Here's Richards now. Here's Cam Collins. Spencer. Kevin Kelly, a deep 3, and it's good. See if the Seahawks can connect from behind the arc a few more times, and they'll be back in this one. But it starts right there. But Wachowski now looking to respond. Wachowski getting by Spencer. Resetting for Kane. Kane to Wachowski.
And what gave Kev Kelly that space was not so much a pick, but it seemed like they were running more of like a spread offense there, and it allowed him to get more space as he got the handoff from Cam Collins.
As Justin Kane connects on the 3 there. Anything the Seahawks do, the Bears can do a little bit better right now. And the Seahawks still down by 21 points.
And it's so deflating as a team when you come up with a big shot. This is the second time now in the game where the Seahawks have hit a 3 and the Bears have just answered back with a 3 of their own. Because normally when you hit a big shot, a big 3 like that, it's a little bit of a momentum switch. And when another team can just come back and hit it right in return, it just deflates that momentum right away.
And under the basket now, Andrew Richards. Richards to Spencer. Here's Freiberg. To Richards, he slips, but he regains his balance, and he gives it to Spencer. Spencer met by Wachowski, down low to Freiberg. Freiberg to Richards. Richards in the corner, met by Daniels.
Good job by Richards earlier, not losing the ball after he lost his footing.
And it's an offensive foul. It'll be against Freiberg. And we're going the other way.
Freiberg not happy with the call.
Another foul against the Seahawks, Freiberg's 3rd. And Noah Valdez will bring it up the court. He gives it to Justin Kane. Kane to Benson. Benson to Wachowski. Here's Valdez again.
That was Benson wide open underneath the hoop for a little bit as Freiberg went to go help after the pick from Benson. And the same thing happens there again, but good recovery by Richards stepping in and helping out.
Mismatch against Richards there, but he wins the battle. And Richards driving to the basket. He gets inside the paint, and he's fouled.
And that's a good job on man-to-man defense. You're going to have that happen in pick-and-roll sets when someone comes to help, someone will slip away. You just got to have another defender come over and help out.
So it'll be Richards at the line. His first free throw is off the mark. And Sparkman will check back in for Cam Collins. Freshman replacing a sophomore. All underclassmen on the floor yet again for the Seahawks. Second free throw is good.
That's Richards' first point of the night. So far he's 0 for 3 from the field. Here's
Valdez. He finds Wachowski. Wachowski to Benson down low. Benson backing down Freiberg, getting into the paint. Benson turns and scores. And here's Andrew Richards now. Richards, the freshman from Rosedale, New York. It's 2 Seahawks here ready to check back in. Sparkman loses it. And it'll be a tie-up, and that will belong to the Bears.
And Mannix and Bronstein check in for Kev Kelly and Andrew Richards.
So this will be taken underneath the hoop.
And it looks like they're going to move to a full court press, the Seahawks, as they try to get back into this and not let the game slip away.
And Valdez breaks the trap with ease. He finds Luke Daniels. Daniels to Witowski in the corner. His three is good. And we've been saying that a lot tonight. Packy Witowski, the junior from Melrose, Mass, picking up where he left off in the first half.
And that's the dangers of a full court press. If the other team breaks it and breaks it quickly, it doesn't give you a chance to get set in the half-court defense, and it could leave a man wide open, as was the case right there with Wachowski in the corner.
And Spencer trying to match the three. He can, but it's rebounded by Sparkman. Sparkman's pants will go past half-court, and it will be an over and back.
And the Seahawks just look a little out of sorts on the offensive end. Haven't really gotten into a flow ever since the game started. And just to kind of put that into perspective, the Bears have twice as many assists as the Seahawks do. And half of the assists that the Bears have are from Valdez. So Valdez doing a good job leading the offense as Wachowski puts another 2 points on the board for the Bears.
Tonight's non-league matchup marks the 25th meeting between Salve Regina and Coast Guard in men's basketball.
And Wachowski with another steal. He has been everywhere for the Bears, not only on the offensive end, but also picking up a few steals on the defensive end as well.
The Seahawks have won 7 of the last 10 since 1990, but the Bears have a 14-10 record overall as Kane drives and scores.
That was a good move by Kane right there, slipping through 2 defenders as Natala, Peasley, and Collins get ready to check in for the Seahawks. And there's a foul right there. It's the 3rd foul for the Bears this half, with 13.5 minutes to go in the quarter. 65-36 is the score.
And Steve Natala will inbound the ball. Natala to Cam Collins, to Parsley. His three off the mark, rebounded by Cam Collins. Collins back under. He's pushed, and it'll be a foul.
And Benson came into the paint, hit Peasley from behind, and Peasley went into Collins and caused Collins to kind of just throw the ball up there and draw the foul. And they will take it underneath. And that was a good job by Natala to get open at the top of the key for an open three-pointer. He's a good shooter. And a good job by Collins there, too, to clean up and get the offensive rebound and draw the foul. Natala open for 3 again, and he connects this time. He's 2 for 3 from deep.
Seahawks look to get back into this one. They've got 13-10 to do it. Here's Valdez now, met by Kevin Mannix. Valdez driving, stops, pops, and scores.
And I know we've been talking a lot about Wachowski for the offense and Benson on offense for the Bears, but Valdez has done a great job just picking and choosing when he's going to score and when he's going to pass, and he's done a really good job of finding an open teammate.
The offense has really flown through Valdez tonight.
And you can tell when Valdez is in, the pace is much more high. It's much more high-paced when Valdez is in, and they really push it on the offensive side.
And Wachowski gets another basket.
That is Wachowski's, I believe, 21st or 23rd point of the night, depending on.
Here's Bronstein. That kicks out to Natala. Natala drives, and he scores.
And Natala being very big for the Seahawks off the bench, and Witkowski actually has 28 points for the Bears.
Witkowski with 28 points, the Seahawks with 43, and Witkowski connects again on the jumper, although that one won't count.
And he has 28 points on 11 of 14 shooting, so a really good shooting night for Witkowski as he gets a well-deserved rest. And Valdez will inbound the ball for the Bears.
Valdez finds JT Cox, Strong Graytalk drives, gives to Justin Kane. The three is off the mark, rebounded by Peasley, given to Bronstein, and he'll look to run. Bronstein stops at the three-point line.
See, Bronstein was looking for Cam Collins.
And Cam gets it now. Cam drives, it's no good, but it'll be an offensive foul called against Kevin Mannix, and over the back foul.
You know, good job by Cam Collins working his way inside, being physical, and trying to draw a foul. He's so strong that when he gets down low and gets position, he's so hard to stop.
11.5 remaining here in the second half. The Bears are in control. Down low to Jason Frazier, who had a big first half off the bench.
Frazier was the spark plug for the Bears off the bench, like Natala has been the spark plug for the Seahawks a little bit off the bench this half. And Natala has had the hot hand. He's 3 for 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point range, and he has 9 points on the evening. And sometimes when you see a shot go in that you didn't think was going to, that's all you need. And for Natala, it was that three-pointer he hit at the top of the key where he banked it in, where he was like, I don't know how that one went in, but sorry, good shooting night for him, and hopefully the Seahawks keep finding him as he has the hot hand right now.
Here's Kevin Mannix at the top of the key. Mannix to Natala. His shot is blocked, but it's rebounded by Bruchau. And Bruchau's called for the charge.
And that was a good job by Cox right there, getting his feet set. He was outside the circle, and Bruchau thought that he was going to get a blocking foul called, as it seemed like he was trying to shoot the ball, but they're going to call it on the floor and give it over to the Bears. I'm not sure if a timeout was called or not. Oh, actually, it looks like there's a technical foul being called. I'm not sure on who, but it will be Sean Graytalk to shoot the technical free throws, and he hits the first one, making it 71-43. And he hits them both, and we will resume play, and the Bears will have the ball.
Mikey Spencer and Andrew Richards will recheck in.
Sal, did you see who the technical foul was called on?
I know that the foul was called on Mannix, the over-the-back call.
Mm-hmm. And then the charge was called on Thor Bruchau.
So I'm going to say Bruchau because the charge came later.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll resume play here with 11:07 remaining in the second half. 71-43. Bears in control. Here's Garrett Drummond. Drummond met by Richards. He finds Perez, who's met by Natala. Graytalk, and an offensive foul.
Looks like an illegal screen was called there, I believe. Oop, as Collins runs into the referee, trying to get down to the other end of the court. And he dropped his whistle.
It'll be Mannix. He finds Richards, and Richards will bring it up the court. Richards to Spencer.
Spencer goes inside looking for Collins, gets it to him, and Collins with a nice spin move but cannot convert. Gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and that misses. But Richards finds it. He gets it to Spencer, does a shot fake, and lays it in around a handful of Bears defenders.
And Drummond moving quickly. Drummond. And that one goes off the hand of Richards. Richards trying to take it from Frazier. He can't do so. It goes out of play.
and the technical foul was on Thor Brachot. Seeing that coming up now on the live stats.
Here's Richards driving, looking for his options. Richards thought about the three, no. Resets it. Here's Frazier, and Frazier's call for a travel.
Now Coast Guard getting a little out of sorts on the offensive end. Let's see if the Seahawks can take advantage and start to climb back into this. They have 10 minutes left, and they're down by 28.
Here's Richards now at the top of the key, met by Drummond. He finds Mikey Spencer. Cam Collins coming over to set a screen. Spencer down low. His shot's no good. He gets his own rebound. He misses. He gets another rebound. And it's a tie-up.
And a foul is called. I don't know who the foul is on. And they're going to put it on to 11. I'm not sure if that's signifying Cam Collins or number 11 for Coast Guard.
It's a foul on Garrett Drummond. It'll be Mikey Spencer at the free throw line.
Both teams are now in the bonus. It'll be big for Spencer to hit this first free throw. As he doesn't, and it's going to be an empty trip for the Seahawks. As Drummond goes coast to coast and lays it in. Getting up the floor quickly and just beating all the Seahawk defenders to the other side of the floor and laying it in for an easy 2 points. And a timeout will be taken by Sean Foster and the Seahawks. And we'll take a short break and be right back. Welcome back. 9:37 here left in the second half. The Seahawks trail the Bears by 30. As they inbound the ball, it will be Steve Natala to inbounds for the Seahawks.
Natala
inbounds it to Mannix. Looking to get to Richards, but he's heavily guarded and eventually finds Spencer. Spencer gets it inside to Collins. Collins does a good job finding some space and draws the foul, and he will go to the line for 2 shots. And Collins is so strong again when he gets position inside. Hard to stop him.
9:15 remaining here in the second half. Seahawks down by 30. Looking to climb back into this contest. As the free throw from Cam Collins is good.
And again, the Seahawks need to hit more free throws when they get the opportunity. They could have 7 more points on the board. They are 4 for 11. Make that 4 for 12 now from the free throw line.
Here's Drummond. Driving, finds Schroeder, who lays it in.
Oop. And almost an offensive foul there by Richards as Drummond just stood right there right as he turned around.
Here's Cam Collins driving in. He spins and lays it in for 2.
Nice move right there by Collins, and that's what makes him so tough to defend. He has such a quick spin move down in the low post that even when you think you have him beat and have the position, he is able to just spin his way around you. And
Frazier's 3 is missed and rebounded by Richards, and Richards is looking to run. Richards driving. He gets inside, and he loses it, but it will stay with the Seahawks as Frazier deflected it out of bounds. 8:37 to go here from Reynolds from Rodgers Recreational Center. Here's Richards. He drives, and he is fouled, and the basket almost went in.
That would have been an acrobatic finish had it did. And he'll go to the line for 2, as I believe Tyler Jones gets ready to check in for the Bears. And Mikey Spencer and Coach Foster having some words real quick, trying to clarify something that happened on the floor. And Richards hits his first free throw. So it's Jones checking in for Tyler Perez for the Bears, as Richards gets ready to take his second free throw, and he misses that one.
And Jones getting right into the action with a rebound. And it will stay with the Bears. It'll be JT Cox.
And that makes the Seahawks 6 for 15 now from the free throw line.
That's 9 points they've left on the board.
And again, 9 points wouldn't make much of a difference with this lead. They would still be down
and Jones
by 19 with those 9 free throws.
And Jones is called for the travel on a fast break. And the Bears here getting a little sloppy, a couple of turnovers in the second half, but when you're up by 28 points with 8.5 to go.
They're also not playing any of their starters right now at this moment, having almost a 30-point lead. So that may be a cause for some of the inconsistency we've seen on offense recently from the Bears.
The Seahawks play their next 4 away from home. They'll play in the Cave Classic this weekend at Bridgewater State before traveling to Brown and beginning conference play after Thanksgiving, November 28th at Nichols.
Here's Natala for 3. He can't connect, and Drummond gets the rebound. And he's looking to go coast to coast again, but he passes it off.
Seahawks picked to finish 8th in the CCC. And their first conference matchup will be against the team who's picked to finish 1st. Nichols College, and the Coast Guard Bears are picked to finish 5th in the new MAC.
And Nichols is a very talented team. I believe they won the conference last year and the year before that. And they also have 2 players who were the conference rookie of the year on their team, each in different years, obviously. But a very talented team. They do have a new coach this year, but a very talented team nonetheless.
It'll be a tough task for the Seahawks as they begin conference play after Thanksgiving.
As Richards hits his first free throw. And I believe the Seahawks are in the double bonus now, as there are 10 fouls against the Bears. So not only have the Bears been a little bit more sloppy on offense, they've also committed many more fouls on the defensive end as well.
Bears look to run now. And he's for Schroeder, scores.
And the Bears still doing a good job of just moving the ball on offense. Just haven't been as crisp with their passes.
Here's Richards to Natala. He finds Cam Collins down low. Collins backing down Jones. Collins gets in and under, and it's no good. But it's a foul, and it's going to be a blocking foul.
And it will be 2 shots, I believe, for Cam Collins, too. Cam Collins is 3 for 9 for the night from the field. 1 for 2 on free throw attempts. And he is the 3rd leading scorer tonight for the Seahawks, having 7 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 1 assist.
There's Cam Collins' free throw. It's good.
Natala and Spencer are also top scorers for the Seahawks tonight, as Freiberg gets ready to check in, I believe, for Collins.
And Sean Graytalk checked in.
And Collins will go 1 for 2 from the line and make it 79-51 with 7 minutes to go in the second half.
The pull-up jumper by Bryce Schroeder was no good. And here's Richards. Richards for Natala for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Kevin Mannix. Mannix's rebound goes not in the basket, but it will be a foul, and Mannix will head to the line.
And that's a good job by Mannix right there to fight through it and to try and get a shot up and to get to the line. Mannix, one of two seniors on the team for the Seahawks, as he misses the first free throw. He's the only senior that's been in the program for all 4 years. Tyler Benjamin, the other senior, transferred in from Wentworth halfway through his sophomore season.
Tyler Benjamin, a friend of the sports information department here at Salve.
Yep, he works many baseball games, field hockey games.
Here's Bryce Schroeder for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Natala. It goes off the hand of Jones and out of play with 6:51 remaining here in the second half.
Here's Richards for three, and he connects. And that is Richards' first field goal of the game, making him 1 for 2 from three and 1 for 4 from the field.
And that ball's rebounded. Here's Mannix. Mannix goes up to the basket. He scores. Great drive there by Mannix, and he'll stay right there.
And they're going to stay in a full court press right now.
Here's
and try and keep this up fast-paced basketball going.
Here's Schroeder driving to the basket. It's a hoop and a harm. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Good job right there to finish through contact, and he will earn a chance to get one more point at the line.
Bryce Schroeder's a senior from Caldwell, Idaho. 6'1", coming in at 180 pounds. As Jonas Gordon will check back in. He'll replace Garrett Drummond.
And Drummond seemed to be very similar in just the style of play as Valdez, wouldn't you say? Did a good job pushing the pace for the Bears.
Fast-paced offense. They like to run and gun, this team. And putting up 81 points. I don't think it's a coincidence. Richards' pass is intercepted, and Schroeder will run. Schroeder finding Graytalk, and he lays it in for two. And the lead will continue to grow for the Bears. And a timeout is taken by Sean Foster and the Seahawks. We'll step aside.
Welcome back to Newport, Rhode Island and Rodgers Rec Center. It is 83-57. The Seahawks trail the Bears with 5:46 to go here in the second half. As the Seahawks come out of the timeout, they have Kev Kelly on the floor, Mikey Spencer, Andrew Bronstein, John Freeberg, and Mike Palmieri to inbound the ball.
Here's Bronstein now. Bronstein to Palmieri, back to Bronstein to Spencer. Swinging it around are the Seahawks. He goes inside to Freiberg. Freiberg trying to back down Jones. He does, and it's good.
A good move there from the sophomore transfer from Mount Ida.
John Freiberg. His first game at Rodgers Recreation Center. Will look to complete the three-point play for the Seahawks and cut this lead down.
finds himself here after Mount Ida closed after last year's school year concluded. Spencer gets a steal and misses the layup.
And it goes off of Kev Kelly, and it will go out of play, and it will be an inbounds play for the Bears.
And the Seahawks are going to continue with the full court press, try and keep the pressure on the Bears as they try to climb back into this. Down 25.
Here's Schroeder now. Met by 2 Seahawks, finds Gordon. Got to get it across half court quickly. Gordon does so. He finds Graytalk, who finds JT Cox. And it's a blocking foul against Kevin Kelly.
And that will send Jonas Gordon to the line. They're not in the double bonus yet, so unless it was a shooting foul, it will just be a 1-on-1 situation.
1-on-1 is missed on the front end.
And the Seahawks let up the offensive rebound, and the Bears have another chance. The Bears continue to outshoot the Seahawks. 56 shots as opposed to 49 shots for the Seahawks. They've converted on 60% of their shots from the field, and the Seahawks have only converted on 45% of their shots.
And Aaron Anthony will check in for the first time tonight. He's a junior from Edgewater, Maryland.
It hasn't been a bad offensive night for the Seahawks, converting on over nearly 45% of their shots. But on defense, it's been a different story as they're allowing the other team to shoot 60% from the field, which if you want to win in basketball, you cannot allow that. As Kev Kelly picks up the steal, and he's running down the court, and he lays it in for 2. Both teams are shooting over 40% from three-point land as well. Seahawks are shooting 41%, and here is a big difference in the score. The Coast Guard is shooting 67% from 3. They are 6 of 9 from three-point land. Oh, I'm sorry. That was free throws. They are shooting 52.9% from three-point land, 9 of 17.
It's been tough sledding for the Seahawks in this one. The story has been Nolan Benson and Packy Witowski, but mainly Witowski lighting up the Seahawks in both halves. Obviously hasn't played in the last few minutes because of the big lead the Bears possess.
Hasn't played in about 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. But without playing the second half of this game, he still has put up 28 points on 11 of 14 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3.
And that's a three-pointer for Mike Palmieri. And here's Aaron Anthony.
Anthony finds the Seahawks here. You need to get a stop.
Here's Graytalk, goes up and under. He scores, and he was hit looking for the foul. He didn't get it. And the lead is 23 with 4 minutes remaining. Here's Bronstein to Kevin Kelly. Kelly's deep 3. He connects, and the lead is now 20.
Seahawks getting a little deep from, a little hot from 3 as there's a steal there. And a blocking foul, I believe.
Bronstein doing a good job stealing the ball, finding Kevin Kelly, and Kelly driving to the basket and drawing the blocking foul. So it'll be Kev Kelly at the line to shoot 2.
And that's what you get from Andrew Bronstein. He's a gutsy player who doesn't mind sacrificing his body to make a play. And he did that right there, putting his body hitting the floor, but getting the steal and getting it over to Kev Kelly in doing so.
One of only two upperclassmen to see the floor tonight. Mainly just freshmen and sophomores, but Kevin Mannix, the senior, and Andrew Bronstein, the junior, seeing action tonight.
Bronstein, the only junior on the team, so there are 3 upperclassmen on the team.
We mentioned 8 newcomers for this Seahawks squad this season. And Bronstein doing a good job getting in the action, trying to win a steal. It's controlled now by Bryce Schroeder.
Fortunately, his hustle wasn't rewarded this time.
Schroeder Anthony trying to set a screen. Switches on to Freiberg, and Freiberg gets called for the reach.
I believe that's Freiberg's 4th foul. It is. It might actually be his 5th. Have to wait for the stats to update real quick, and if that's the case, he may have fouled out of the game. And it was his 5th foul, and Cam Collins will check in for him. So Freiberg's night is over. On the night, he was 3 for 3 from the field with 6 points and no rebounds or assists.
His debut at Rodgers Rec comes to a close. Schroeder's free throw is in and out. It's controlled now by Bronstein. Bronstein running up the floor. Bronstein driving to the basket. It goes over Aaron Anthony and good. Here's Aaron Anthony. He finds Graytalk. Graytalk finds Schroeder. Schroeder for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Kevin Kelly. Kelly now getting over half court. Kelly driving to the basket. And he's fouled and he scores. Kevin Kelly.
With 2:51 left, the Seahawks getting into a little bit of a run. And with this made basket, they could be down by only 14.
88-73.
And it looks like the coach for Coast Guard doesn't want to take any chances as he does a platoon swap right here, checking all the starters back into the game.
All 5 returning. Valdez, Daniels, Witowski, Kane, and Benson. Seahawks trying to cut this lead to 14 with 2:51 remaining here in the second half. And they do so. 88-74. Here's Valdez.
A good job there.
Finds Benson.
The trap.
And Benson throws it off of Bronstein. Out of play. Smart play there by Benson.
And he got Bronstein when Bronstein turned his head for a second just to make sure that nobody else was open to get a pass from the Bear who he had trapped in the corner, and just threw it off of him, and it remains Bears ball. So Kev Kelly harasses Valdez and eventually fouls him as he tries to get the steal. A little bit of a late whistle there.
2:43 remaining. Seahawks trailing by 14. This has been the closest they've been all night.
And both teams are in the double bonus with 10 fouls apiece in the half. And Valdez will get 2 shots.
Looks like Elijah Ramos will check in for the Seahawks. He's a freshman from Providence who will replace Bronstein. Valdez's free throw short, but it's knocked back to Daniels.
And if you're the Seahawks, that's not what you want. You want to get the ball as quickly as you can and put up as many shots as you can to try and get back into this. Only down 15 with 2.5 minutes left. It might be too late to make a push if they cannot get the ball back.
Here's Kane now. Benson to Witowski. Witowski to Benson. And it's stolen by the Seahawks.
Good job there by Kev Kelly having active hands. And here's Ramos. His first touch of the ball on the night. Directing traffic. He finds Palmieri, who gives it to Spencer, who puts up the 3, and he hits it.
Mikey Spencer cutting the lead to 12 for the Seahawks.
Seahawks and Coast Guard are now each 9 of 18 from 3.
Here's Valdez now getting over half court. Valdez weaving his way through Seahawks. Finds Witowski.
Almost threw it out of bounds in the process.
Here's Kane now. And Witowski with 1:40 remaining and 99 seconds to go here.
Seahawks trail by 12. As Witowski takes in, and the shot was blocked, but they call a foul. And Kev Kelly is awestruck by the fact that they called a foul there. And if there's anyone you don't want to put at the line, it's Witowski. He has been on fire from the field. 11 for 14 on the night with 28 points and a chance to get up to 30 points on the night with these 2 free throws.
Witowski's first free throw is good.
This is Wachowski's second trip to the line tonight. He's 1 for 2 from the stripe so far. Make that 2 for 3, actually.
His fourth free throw is good, giving him his 30th point of the night.
Just a very good night for him offensively. I'm sure one that he's going to be very pleased about.
30 of the 91 points. As Spencer drives to the basket, he's no good. A rebound by...
And Kev Kelly almost tipped that in. Wasn't able to. Kane got the rebound, and Kelly fouled him real quick to keep time from running down the clock.
1:21 to go in this one.
And Kane will head to the line, looking to put the Coast Guard up by, I believe, 16, as Tyler Benjamin and Sean Abate will check in for Mike Palmieri and Kev Kelly.
So Benjamin seeing his first action of the night.
As Kane misses his first free throw.
Benjamin, one of 2 seniors on the Seahawk club.
And for Kev Kelly, his night's done as well. He had 15 points for the Seahawks on 5 of 8 shooting, 2 for 2 from 3, and 3 for 5 from the free throw line.
Here's Spencer now. And Witowski gets called for the foul, and it will send Spencer to the line.
So 2 Seahawks have fouled out, letting Coach Foster have to use a little bit more of his bench to finish out this game. Cam Collins and John Freiberg and Kev Kelly done for the night.
Here's Spencer's free throw. In and out.
Spencer's the leading scorer for the Seahawks with 17 points. He's also 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. He's 3 for 5 from deep and 6 for 14 from the field as a whole.
A good shooting night for the Seahawks, but an even better shooting night for the Bears. 1:10 remaining here. Valdez to Kane. Here's Benson now top of the key. He drives. He lays it up. No good. Rebounded by Abate. Abate looking to run the floor. He does so. Here's Abate looking for options. He finds Ramos. Ramos to Collins. Collins spins. His shot is short.
Put it home though.
Rebounded by Kane, and it goes to Valdez with 40 seconds remaining in this contest. Valdez just trying to run out the clock here with 30 seconds remaining.
15 left on the shot clock, so looking to give the Seahawks the ball back with 15 seconds left.
And that's a foul on Cam Collins with 23.4 remaining.
And Kane will head to the line again. Kane on the night is 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 4 from three-point land, and now 3 for 5 from the free throw line with 10 points. He also has 6 rebounds on the night. Been a pretty well-balanced offensive attack for the Bears. Everybody except for 4 players on the Bears team have scored. Most of the work was done by Wachowski and Benson. They went a combined 19 for 26 from the field.
Wow, a great performance by Witowski and Benson, as there's some wetness on the floor.
They also combined for 47 of the Bears' 92 points, and if they finish with 92 points, they will have over half of the Bears points for the night, just between those 2 players.
And I think that's indicative of what went on tonight. Just pure domination by those 2. Witowski especially, 30 points. You said 11 of 14 from the field for Witowski?
Yeah, 11 for 14 from the field, 8 for 12 for Benson.
Just a great night for both of those men, as Coast Guard will look to improve to 2-0, and the Seahawks will fall to 0-2. Here's Justin Kane. His free throw is short, and it's rebounded by Spencer.
And it just comes down to this deficit. The Seahawks weren't able to convert on as many shots as Benjamin takes a three, but is unable to convert.
And it's rebounded by Witowski. How fitting that he grabs the final rebound. And he will run out the clock here from Rodgers Recreational Center. The final score, 92-77. The Seahawks cut the deficit down late, but for most of the night, it was all Bears. And Brett, what are some takeaways you have from this performance by the Seahawks?
Well, they did a good job at the end of the second half, getting into an offensive flow. They didn't have a bad offensive night shooting the ball. They shot 47.5% from the field and from three-point land. So they did a good job getting the ball into the basket. Just on the other side of the ball, Coast Guard did a better job putting the ball into the basket, shooting nearly 10% better and 50% from three-point land. But the big story comes down to the free throws. The Seahawks end the night missing 15 free throws, and they lost by 15 points. They shot by only 44% from the free throw line. And if that percentage was a little bit higher, it could have been a different game at the end. Instead of the Seahawks trying to climb their way back into it, they could have actually been in this thing the whole way through and could have potentially came out with a win here.
I'd like to thank the rest of our production crew as well as Brett Wilkes, and I'm Sal Gualtieri signing off here from Rodgers Recreational Center. Our final score, 92-77. The Coast Guard Bears improve to 2-0, and the Seahawks fall to 0-2. The Seahawks' next home game will be December 1st at home against Newberry College at 3 p.m. We'll see you there.